All right, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I had posted up if anybody was interested in seeing a review or kind of just my thoughts on the hybrid ceramic detailer from Meguiar's, and there was a resounding yes and a lot of positive comments on it, as there should be. It's a great product. So I did a rinseless wash with Finally Pure rinseless, and I had some N914 left over from the last wash that I put into smaller bottles, and I put it in this pump sprayer. So I used this as the pre-soak, and then I had a couple pluffle towels in the rinseless wash bucket just to go over the car, pick up dust. You know, it was just dusty from sitting in the garage, and the garage is always open, so stuff always flies in, and I just wanted to kind of clean that up, and I didn't feel like using the sponge today. Every now and then I just change my rinseless wash method, whether it's using multiple towels or using the ultra black sponge or the big red sponge. I just alternate between the two. It just kind of change up the routine rather than sticking to the same thing. I get results both ways. I spent some time on the Camaro on the interior. I wiped down the interior with the CarPro Inner QD, and then I used Stonex glass cleaner to clean up all the glass inside. I also have some. It looks like I left the lights on there. I also had some color lock leather protector on the driver's seat, kind of just rehydrate that seat because it gets sat in most of the time. The other side I'll just do a leather shield tomorrow. Just put a fresh layer on the passenger seat, the rear seat, and on the driver's seat. So I'll let the leather protector sit there for some time. And then I was playing around with this Paint Hero. I'm going to show you this real quick. This is from Dr. Beasley's. I haven't done a full review on this one just yet, but I'm going to give you just a sneak peek of the way this product works. It rainbows like a true coating. This is their product. They call it a ceramic drying lubricant. Essentially a drying aid is what they're calling it. Works on wet or dry paint. And it tells you on the back here. So maybe this will be kind of a dual review here. Basically, you're going to mist it on the microfiber towel, work it in, and then you can flip over the towel or have a secondary towel to wipe off the excess. For best results, use an air blower first to dry off as much water as possible without touching the surface. Always use a soft, high-quality microfiber towel compatible with coated and uncoated vehicles. So here's the thing. Paint Hero is a ceramic drying lubricant that helps to prevent scratches while towel drying a vehicle's paint. This product creates an ultra-slick surface that sharply reduces towel friction, increases shine, and adds hydrophobicity. Use Paint Hero whenever you have to touch a vehicle exterior with a towel. So that's what this is essentially. This is their drying aid. I bought the one that there's two versions, Paint Hero, then there's Matte Paint Hero. So I didn't buy the matte version because I don't have anything matte on the car. So I kind of want to just show you on the paint here on the glass here, how this behaves when you use it. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and just mist it on the on the towel, and then you're just going to work it in, and I'll show you what this it's kind of, when you're using it, it kind of comes off as you're applying a coating, and I'll show you. I don't know if you can actually see this. I'm gonna have to do the top glass just so you can see it, but again, you just work over the surface. You can use it on plastic, trim, and I think you can see it here. So you can see how it's starting to rainbow like a coating. The thing I found that works best is this towel is not the best to wipe it off because it just continues to spread out. So if I keep doing this, it's going to take forever to wipe off. The orange towel here that you see me use all the time here, this actually works better to remove this, and it may take a few passes to kind of get this product off. So you can see how much product is left on there, and just kind of work it back and forth, and it will come off, and you'll feel the slickness on the on the surface, not painted because this is glass. I'm just making sure I'm going over the product here. So it's a bit tricky to use. With Dr. Beasley's, they show it as a, like really easy to use and very user friendly and stuff, but it's not that user friendly. because if you have very plush towels, you're gonna fight for this one. So you need a like one of these twist loop towels to really get in there, but I don't know, it doesn't feel that slick compared to other products. So I don't know, it just kind of falls short on that claim of being slick, at least in my experience doing this. So I just want to kind of just show you this real fast. Again, just mist your towel. I didn't want to spray too much in there, so you kind of put like a quarter spritz in here, and then just work it into the area here, and you can see it flash like a true coating here. So it does that same type of effect. You can see it right here. It starts to flash, and like I said, if you were to use your plush towel here and kind of just do this, you'll get it off eventually. But if you apply it a little thicker in some spots, it's not going to come off as easy. So you can either do one single towel, or the best thing is just get yourself another towel like this twist loop one, and then just wipe it off. So we'll see what the hydrophobics look like during the next wash. But yeah, I mean, it goes on fine once you figure out how to use it. The first time I tried to use it, I tried to use two plush towels, and it was not a good experience. And you don't want to spray it onto the surface. Well, so you don't want to spray it on the surface and on your towel at the same time. Only when you're like initially priming your towel. After that, do not spray any more into your towel if you're going to spray it directly on the paint. Or if you're just going to put it in your towel, don't spray it on the paint, because then again it's going to be painful to work with. So I'm going to just give you guys a quick peek at Paint Hero from Dr. Beasley's. You know, that's a new product that they call it, a ceramic drying lubricant, basically a drying aid. It's supposed to be a paint sealant. So I just want to give you a quick preview of that one. We'll check out the hydrophobics of that next time I 2-bucket wash this one. I did not apply it on the driver's side. We'll just go ahead and use the Meguiar stuff on the driver's side, and actually on the rest of the car here. I used the Paint Hero on the other T-top as well, and on half of the sail panel. This black piece is the sail panel, so I use it on that side because I know the Z1 is there, and it's not the most hydrophobic protection product. So now let's get to the real take, which is the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Detailer, and where this falls in line in the product mix. So again, this is a consumer product, but it will rival the competition of these ceramic detailers: Carpro Elixir, the IGL, Geon Q2, the Adams Graphene, even Carpro Echo will work. That's been used as a spray detailer. The ceramic detailer actually rivals all of these in terms of beading, sheeting, but I think this is actually easier to use than some of these other ones here. It's not as slick as some of these other ones. I think some of these are still slicker. So I think the ceramic detailer from Geon and Elixir and Adams Detail Spray are slicker than the Meguiar's product. I think this is slicker than the IGL product. Again, Echo's the slickest one of the bunch. So just kind of go over some notes here that I took down the product. So this product was introduced in 2020, so it's been out for about a year and a half, and it's SEMA 2020, which is November time frame. And they claim an SiO2/ceramic based chemistry, so it boosts and enhances wax sealants and coatings. It can be used as a clay lubricant, and it is a hydrophobic product, and it roughly, the price is $16.99 for this. So again, this is a good product that works with any paint protection, as I mentioned, wax coatings or sealants. I've used it on a couple coatings without any problems. I use it on 22 PLE, and I use it on the hood of my Grand Prix. So when I'm going to cut the video and put the hydrophobic behavior from the hood on this video, but I'm going to do the application on the Camaro. Then we'll cut back onto final thoughts on this. But I'm going to just talk through it as I'm using it. So again, they're claiming extreme water beading action, and if you feel the bottle, it's raised water beads. Spray on, wipe off, and it removes dust and light contaminants. So basically your typical ceramic detailer, or your typical spray detailer usage. Kind of just see, so again, mist onto one section at a time, quickly spread over with a microfiber towel, and then turn to a dry portion of the towel and return to damp portion for each initial wipe. Repeat the process. Tip: if light streaking occurs, spray product directly on the towel and repeat steps 2 and 3. Product separation is normal. Shake before each use. Can also be used on exterior trim and chrome. So you can use this on any surface. And so I'm going to use this on the Camaro, as I mentioned, as part of the mop-up process of the N914 and Fine Lab Pure Wash mixture. You know, it's still on the paint here. Very simple to use. Again, just, you know, spray a couple spritzes on there, and if you want to initially prime your towel, by all means go for it. You know, don't overthink it. You know, people tend to overthink the wash process and the drying process, and that's when you start having issues, because you start getting yourself in trouble. Don't overthink it. Okay, so I've worked it in the surface. I'm going to sacrifice a Eagle Edgeless 365 as my final wipe towel. Like I said, it goes on and off real nice. Again, it's white paint. There's nothing I can do about that. That's just the color of the vehicles that I own. And I see some this streaking here. I don't know what this streaking is from. If you get some streaking here, just go ahead and go over it, and then just come back and wipe it off. I think that was leftover residue from the rinse this wash portion. So again, just inspect your paint, and again, you're going to enjoy the slickness. It's not the slickest product on here, but again, it works relatively well. Got some. And one thing I noticed about this is it seems to play well with everything. But again, it's a consumer product, so it's designed to be used to be user friendly. So you can see how thick it goes on. And so I'm going to just take this, work it in, spreads out real nice. You can see it flashed off the surface relatively quick. Come back with a secondary towel, and then just move on. Repeat the process, and you're good to go. So I really enjoy using this. I think it works really good. Again, I think it's a hidden gem. And you know, and you can get it locally at any auto parts store. So I just missed this on the towel because I have a small section here. And you can see how fast that flashes off the surface. And again, I'm using it on the black paint here. Come back, lightly wipe it off if you have any excess product on here. And that's pretty much it. Very simple, which is what you want. You don't want to have any issues with this product. Again, I would just mist it over the glass, work it in. Now you can use this as a drying aid as during your rinseless wash portion. I didn't want to use it during the rinseless wash of with Fine Lab. With the Fine Lab Pure Wash, if you use it a drying aid during that process, what ends up happening is it sort of negates your drying aid. It just doesn't do well to bond to the paint. You know, there's something in Fine Lab that just doesn't play well when you're using something as a drying aid over it. let me just wipe this off, and then that's pretty much it for this. But again, pretty, so it just gets lost in the mix. But it's a very good product, and you're going to be left with some nice gloss and slickness. What size bottle is this? This is a 768 milliliters, 1 pint, 10 ounces, or 26 ounces. So it just works out very well. Again, you get plenty for your money. Just goes on super easy. And actually, I know most of you were asking me to post feedback on Geon Pure. So here's the thing about Geon Pure on my brother's vehicle, the Geon Pure can coat thing that I did on his. I was going to, and when I washed it last time, I noticed he had put something on it. The reason I knew that is because I put the invisible glass coating on his car. And I know that that doesn't bead very well. And so I noticed beading on his glass, and I was like, so I asked him, I was like, what'd you use on it? Well, turns out he used this hybrid ceramic detailer from Meguiar's on the paint. So that's why I couldn't get you a good follow-up with the Geon Pure stuff. I mean, it just the way it is. I couldn't get that for you guys, and I probably won't unless I do a 6-month decon on his car. So we're going to just spray it on here, and we'll see what the beading looks like next time I bucket wash this in comparison to that Paint Hero. The reason I say that is because Dr. Beasley's products tend to be sheeting type products. They're not the most hydrophobic. So if you're looking for that type of product, you know, consider using one of theirs. And you know, the chemist there, his thing is that he prefers to have sheeting type products, so that's what they do. Got a trail of water here. Okay, so let me just put that down. And that's pretty much it. So let me go around the entire vehicle, come back with final shots of the car. So far, again, this is you know, there's no drama in here. This is just very easy to use. You know, it's got you know, decent slickness. It's not the slickest product, it's just very user friendly. And of course, the hydrophobic behavior is there for you. So far so good. Let me just go ahead and finish knocking the rest of the vehicle out, and I'll come back with final thoughts on the product. The next part of this video, I'm going to cut to the hydrophobic behavior on the hood on the Grand Prix, because I used it on the entire front clip when I was doing the foam and wash from Adams, and so I was using the hybrid ceramic detailer to mop things up there to kind of just see how it played out. The rest of the car I just used that 914 to clean that up. But so far, again, this looks good. Car's looking good, and then I'll come back and give you final thoughts on the hybrid ceramic detailer from Meguiar's. Of the ceramic detailer from Meguiar's. I did the entire front clip last time when I was doing the Adams foam and wash on here. So let's take a look. The paint's dirty. I'm gonna have to give myself another loop here, and we'll just check it out. So I have the shower setting on here. The paint's dirty. Let me just do this first. It's kind of difficult to show on here. The beading is just so fast on here. Okay, so that's what the beading looks like, and it's on dirty paint. You can see it's got really good beading on here, and so that's what I wanted to showcase. There you go. You can actually see that very well on here. You can see how fast the sheet rate was on there. So even on dirty paint, it works very well. And so I kind of just wanted to show that real quick. And because I have water on the surface, this has finally a pure wash on the towel. That's what I'm rinseless washing the cars with today. It's going to be raining pretty soon. Let me flip over to the clean side. I'm using a pluffle. This is a 16 by 24. And so we'll see if this degrades the beading on here. Actually, let me grab the towel. I left the towel over here. Make sure I don't lose these. This is a TRC. I'll tell you what, didn't disturb the slickness, that's for sure. This is a gauntlet towel from the rag company. Okay, so let's take a look and see if it did anything for the hydrophobic properties of the spray sealant here. I forgot I locked it. You tell me that looks pretty darn good. So now that we've cleaned the surface and removed that top layer of dirt, the product actually sheets faster. You can see the nice water beading on there. So it does a really good job of producing hydrophobic behavior. And so this is what you're gonna get. I think it's a great product for maintenance, and I think most of you would be really happy with the performance of the ceramic detailer from Meguiar's. And so now I'm going to just go ahead and just do final thoughts on the product, and that's pretty much it for that product. Like I said, I really enjoy it. It does a fantastic job as a drying aid. Works on multiple surfaces. I use it on the glass as well. I use it on the trim. I pretty much use it on every single surface. I did not use it on the wheels because I didn't clean the wheels last time. But again, let me just get back to the final thoughts, and stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm done wiping down the car. I went around the entire vehicle. I also gave you a sneak peek of Dr. Beasley's Paint Hero. So the way that this thing's set up is I have Paint Hero on the passenger side and I have Meguiar's on the driver's side. So we'll check out the hydrophobics the next time I do a 2-bucket wash on this. I will be driving it during the week, so I'm more than likely going to do a bucket wash. Actually, I am going to do a bucket wash next week because I'm going to start polishing this one up so I can start putting the 22 PLE Rebellion. I've kind of been procrastinating on that one, kind of pushing it aside until I really found motivation to do it, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing that to get this prepped to put that coating on there. I know some people have been asking for that, when that's going to come up, so that's coming up soon. Dr. Beasley's Paint Hero is going to move down the line. I'm more than likely going to apply it to the Grand Prix, but I got some other things I want to do in terms of videos for that one before I put it on. So it's probably like 4th or 5th in line before in the mix here. But overall, the car looks great. You can see that the gloss is really amped up. You can see the reflections from this ceiling. I think the one thing, if I had to nitpick this product, is it's not as slick as some of these other spray detailers. I think it's just right behind Elixir and Geon and Adams, and I think it's actually, and for sure it's way behind Echo, but I think it's slicker than the IGL coating enhancer. But again, it looks really good, and it's going to work on pretty much any surface. Paint, glass, wheels, no problem. You know, worked on this plastic here for the headlights. This vinyl here is actually like a carbon fiber mimic, so it's like a matte finish, and it worked on there. I don't notice any increase in gloss on that. They just happen to work just fine. So I think it's just going to be a good product. You can see, check out the reflections. They look great. I mean, look, just this whole spot here looks good. Like I said, it's hard to get white paint to really pop. So the car looks very nice. And as far as the wheels, because I had done the foam and wash from Adams, I just came back with a towel and some of the spray detailer, just wiped it off, and it's good to go. You can see it looks good. This sail panel here has the Dr. Beasley's Paint Hero, so we'll see how it works over Z1. Z1 seems to do a good job, what do you call it, repelling other products applied to it. So the car is pretty much done. Like I said, I'm just going to go ahead and do a decon wash, and we're going to polish it next week. When I say we, I mean me. I'm just bringing you along with the ride with me until to do this whole thing. But again, it just works good. I noticed no streakiness from the product. If you do get streaks, just come back with your damp towel that you were using and wipe off that section one more time. But overall, it's a very nice product. So for example, if I didn't want to spend the money for any of these, you know, if maybe I was having problems with this, or if I run out of one of these, I'll just go to my local store and pick this up. You know, there's 26 ounces, 768 milliliters of product, which will go a long way. And again, it's just so versatile, so user-friendly. Most of you would be really happy with this product and what it does for you. Like I said, I also gave you a sneak peek of the Dr. Beasley's Paint Hero, and we'll look at that at another time. So again, thanks for watching. I would recommend this. Definitely consider purchasing this. Give it a shot. I think most of you will like it. I know most of you like easy, products that are easy to use, don't streak as much. Well, I mean, this may be it. I think it does a real good job of it, and like I said, it's more user friendly than than these other ones right next to it. So overall, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.